Okay, let's look now at how to convert between improper fractions and mixed numerals. And we'll start off using a diagram method to do this. So, I've got 7/4 here to start off with, or 7/4 if you like. So let's colour that in. Okay, in our diagram here, I've already set that up for you. So I've got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, 5/4, 6/4, 7/4. Okay. Now we know with a mixed numeral, what we're looking to do is convert that into a whole number and a fraction. Okay. So how many wholes do I got? Well, there is 4/4. Okay. So that is a whole. Remember, what that's telling me is I had a whole of something, I broke it up into 4 parts, and the numerator telling me how many parts I've got. I've got all 4 parts. Okay. So 4/4 is 1 whole, and you can see that there. Okay. So I've got 1 whole. And then what have I got left over? Well, I've got 1/4, 2/4, 3/4. Okay, so 7/4 as an improper fraction is the same as 1 3/4. Let's go down to 6 now. Okay, so I'm trying to work out 13, or converts 13/6 to a mixed numeral. Important to remember again that 6/6 is the whole of something. Okay, so each of these hexagons here is a whole. I've broken my whole up into 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that's telling me I've got 6 broken into the 6 parts. I have all 6 parts, so I have 1 whole. Okay, so anyway, let's go through the converting process using the diagram method. So I need to colour in 13/6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's 13/6. Now we need to go through that thinking process. How many holes do I have? Well, that's 1 whole, 6/6 entirely coloured in. That is 2 holes, another 6/6 coloured in. Okay, so it's 2 holes. And what have I got left over? I've got 1/6. All right, let's try it this time without a pre-drawn diagram. Okay, so in this case I have 11/3 that I want to convert into a mixed numeral. So to do that, well, I'm going to create a diagram of thirds. Okay, let's go with this sort of diagram here. Okay, and I'll just draw a few of these. I won't worry about quite how many yet. Of course, we know with fractions they should be equal parts, but again, we're just using this as a basic representation at this point. Okay, so strictly speaking, they're not thirds, they're 3 parts, but again, for the purpose of what we're doing, it will illustrate the conversion, which is what we're focusing on. Okay, so hopefully I've got enough drawn here now. Okay, so I've got 11/3. Let's colour them in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11/3. Alright, now it comes down to that thinking. How many holes do I have? Well, I coloured that whole thing in, so that's 1 hole. That was another one, 2 holes, another one, 3 holes. So again, with my mixed numeral, I've got 3 holes, and what have I got left? 2 more thirds. Okay. So 11/3 as an improper fraction becomes a mixed numeral of 3 2/3. And again, you could have drawn anything here, guys. If you find those difficult to draw, then just draw your thirds like this. Okay, just divide a box. Okay, that's the same thing. That's thirds. That's thirds. Okay, these can be a bit easier to draw, perhaps. Up to you. It doesn't really matter as long as there's 3 equal-sized parts in reality, but we'll just stick with 3 parts for this. Okay, so again, doing it again. Let's colour them in. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And you'll see it's the same thing. There's 1 hole, 2 holes, 3 holes, and 2 thirds left over. Okay, so 3 holes and 2 thirds. Okay, try that method. Try solving the problems that you've got with that method. In the next video, we'll look at how to solve it without diagrams. Okay, thanks guys.